Usman, we haven't really seen him knock anybody out. He says it's there. He says it's there. He says that when the time is there, he'll show off.
Dude, it better be. You hear all these injuries. You're like, how much? Dude, wrestling is grueling. How much does he have left in that tank?
He said he was 32 in May or something like that, and he's like, dude, the back's bad, the knees are bad. I mean, that doesn't seem very promising for that career, dude.
I know.
These young killers are coming up for you, bro. Forget about it.
Sounds like such a good guy, too, honestly. It's like, he sounds like a nerd, though. It's like, I don't want to get a beer with Usman, but I respect his grind. But did you hear the part where him and John Jones were at the party?
When they were watching UFC events?
Yeah, sometimes in community college or something. Yeah.
I think I might have caught that part.
They said it was 2005.
Right.
Usman and John Jones watching a pay-per-view event. And Usman's like, oh, I'm just so happy to be in the room with the other wrestlers and athletes.
Right.
And, you know, I was like, the good follow-up that Rogan didn't ask. So what was John doing during this party?
Right. No, he missed. He forgot to bring that up. That is true. What type of activities were you guys involved in? No, he did not bring that up.
Behind the curtain with Mr. Jones.
But it's funny though. You talk about Usman with the injuries. He's only 32 years old. Another guy with an interesting injury coming up. He said he's had this for 4 years. Derrick Lewis. With the ACL?
Dude.
That guy's a big dude walking around with an ACL injury?
Taking 2 fights in back-to-back events and within 4 or 5 weeks. It's crazy, man. Even though he comes off as a schlub and a laid-back guy
and an
approachable guy, he's a warrior, man, to be walking around with torn MCL, ACL, whatever, LCL, whatever, there's UCLA, and he's walking around on this. That's a beast.
Not for nothing, but I'm sure that my knees, I'm a big guy too. I'm sure that my knees are not fantastic. Sometimes they crack. Sometimes I feel like they want to give a little bit here and there, depending on the day. I'm sure they're not good. So being a big person in general is not good. But he's sitting there taking kicks left and right. I mean, you look at that fight versus JDS. I'm not saying that there was a significant strike to the leg that made him hunch over. But I mean, when he got kicked to the stomach, I see more damage taking place to that stomach than his knees.
Got a lot of shit going on.
He does. But 4 years worth? Dude, he's been dealing with this for 4 years. That's crazy. How do you not have surgery before that?
Got to take a long time off now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was insane for Tony Ferguson to come back after 6 or 7 months from a freaking torn off the bone.
I know.
Lewis has got a lot more weight on those knees, like you said. Is a fall a crazy return for a guy of that size?
I would. It's not a year, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I see. It depends on the sport, like baseball and football specifically. Like ACLs are season enders because with the wear and tear and the fact that you have to run and jog. Like in MMA, you don't have to run, but you do have to plant off of it, or depending on where you're kicking from and stuff like that, where you're punching from. So I don't know if it's a whole year, but definitely 8 months I could see. Which sucks.
I heard he got paid off to freaking DC to turn it around and make a main event for the Garden. I hope he's got enough money at this point. His wife's not getting remarried again with him.
Whoa.
Save up your money, man. Get healthy, get back, because his next fight's very important. He has to win that.
He does. You know what the weird thing about Derrick Lewis is? And now maybe I'm not going to put his knee as an excuse, but there's just some fights he doesn't show up to at all. You see the fights that he win, some of the fights that he's won over time, where you're like, oh, dude, he was getting clocked, he was getting crushed, and he comes back and wins last minute. And you're like, well, that's how all his fights.
Might just be straight adrenaline survival, but he's dealing with the injuries.
Yeah,
right?
I would think maybe something.
You're right, it doesn't look healthy in any fight.
And never. That JDS fight, he didn't look healthy from the start, from the get-go. Huh. And you're like, damn, dude, why are you not in it? Maybe the knee affects him. Dude, I don't know. Walking into a room, if you're not feeling good, are you really going to be into whatever you're doing at that moment? If your knee is busted up, you got a payday in front of you. You've arrived. You're here. But is it really going to be all in?
I would say with the training, he's probably half-assing it. Not because of his attitude, because of his body's letting him down. And maybe on fight night, he's just like these NFL players. He's like, dude, I'm going to pop a pill, a legal pill. I'm going to pop a pill and make sure I'm healthy enough, like a cortisone shot, and just go for one night. It's a payday, like you said.
It explains the Francis Ngannou fight a little bit more, though, now, too, to me, because I sit there going, they never engaged. And I know that Derrick Lewis, for the most part.
It's like he would have woke up if he got tagged, right? this is survival time, but he was like, dude,
I'm staying far away. My knees effed up. I'm not into this right now, and I really don't want to take a punch to the head. I really don't want to do it.
And Francis was in his own head. And Lewis is like, man, I'm just surviving this shit.
I got paid for 3 rounds doing nothing. It was amazing, and I won.
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Did he
That's
get
a good
paid more?
businessman.
Dude, did he get paid more to win that fight? You actually got paid more? Oh, my God.
I'm sure there's some
I would donate that. I would donate that to wherever Francis, whatever. Like isn't Francis Ngannou trying to build like some places in Cameroon?
I'm sure he is, man. I'm sure he is.
I know. Listen, isn't Usman trying to do the same thing too? Aren't they all?
I'm sure, dude. If they could get an event in Africa, like Usman said, he's like, Rogan's like, dude, isn't that the scariest heavyweight of all time? He's like, there's like millions of these guys walking around in Africa, and I'm like, Dana White's like, we gotta tap into the African market. I don't know why it's Batman.
Yeah, I was about to say, Bruce, is that you, Bruce Wayne? No, the Batman. Yes.
Where are the Francis?